Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Beans. I'm joined here by Happy, my
Yep.
caster. And then we have Derp, our amazing observer. I'm here with SFU, and today it's going to be STK Acad versus Ultimate Monkeys.
Yeah, and what a great game for us to come into is STK Cat has been absolutely dominant throughout the first part of this group stage, and a newcomer to the challenge is Ultimate Monkeys. They're new to the scene, and they're looking to make a name for themselves now inside of Oregon against STK. That's a team right there. If you want to make a name for yourself, that's the team to beat. So let's hop right into bands, though. We are on Oregon, so we'll be seeing the Thatcher and the Jackal. That's really important, as we are going to be looking at that Jackal to ensure that roamers can stay up inside of the map for a much longer amount of time without getting pinched or potentially found out in a rat spot. Uh, and the Thatcher, of course, is just more of a default ban. Let's get into the Cade ban now. Beans, why don't you explain this out a little bit?
I likely use just so they can quickly go below if they're top floor and get the bandits off the wall real quick and easy. I would say I would agree with everything that you said about the attacker bans. Kaid more of just a safe ban, that way you can get the wall a little bit quicker. And then we're gonna see a Valkyrie here from STK. Definitely see the Valkyrie ban. She provides a lot of intel.
Yeah, it's really going to assist with the aggro plays that would have come out possibly from either side, whether it be from STK or Ultimate Monkeys. Of course, the name does imply that these guys were going to play like monkeys, so aggression is key, and we're going to see a lot of aggression coming out from Ultimate Monkeys. Maybe fast-paced attacks. Bring the Ayana, the Ace, the Sledge, the Fee, and Finka. I mean, this lineup right here is full of heavy fraggers with that Zofia, the Finka, and the Ayana on the same team. You got two LMGs to keep going, Burr, and that Ayana to really just frag out the lobby. See, she brings so much utility to a lineup.
Here on defense, we had the clash with STK. Oh, lobby crash, lovely. Anyways, STK using that.
Oh, okay. Is that does count as their tactical timeout? It turns out some of our players inside the lobby were running illegal skins, so rather than having to TK those players or forfeit the round, they've decided to burn their tactical timeout to go change these. And
And it
it looks
looks
like
like their entire team was using illegal skins.
yeah, that's that's gonna be a rookie mistake for the Ultimate Monkeys. I mean, it shows just how fresh they are on the scene. Uh, I mean, just looking at the ACS stack here, SDK CAD is really looking clean with all those logos. I mean, the 6 pick from the Clash of the Echo, we can really dive into this a little bit. The Clash was a little bit of a wild card pick, and having that Echo now instead is probably going to be a little bit better of a choice, especially to influence some roams, including getting intel and just securing some picks early on based off of intel.
To argue with that clash pick, they've really used that clash to their advantage in their previous matches here on Oregon. I do see why they picked off of it since they saw they had a Zafia, but I would say that they could have picked her anyways because they are really good off of playing off of her. But
Yeah,
it's
I
their
mean,
choice.
reading into that, of course, like obviously they have played this map before against other teams, so there is a good bit of VOD for Ultimate Monkeys to review. So maybe bringing out that Clash was a little bit like, oh, we're just gonna do the same thing as usual, and ending up instead, just having that Echo to throw them off. Looks like we are gonna have a full rehost at this point.
While we wait for this free host, how how's everyone doing today in chat? 3 minute delay, but might as well ask.
Yeah. However, I mean, let's hear from chat. It's on a 3 minute delay, so we're gonna have to wait quite a bit here to really hear back from. But believe we're looking at getting back in the lobby real soon, so we'll hear back from you guys in a little bit.
How do you think they're gonna go for the same operators?
I believe that's actually one of the rules inside of this that they have to go with the same operator lineup when the rehost was called. Oh, look, it's me. Uh, I'm gonna get spammed with ads now.
Okay, while we are waiting for the rehost, I'm gonna use my own tactical timeout, and I'll be right back.
It's going to the bathroom. I guarantee it. Yeah, I apologize to everyone in chat here. I hope you're all having lovely days, and we're gonna get right back to some amazing siege here. These two teams, they're definitely ready to go against each other. The bands, I mean, just looking at the bands here alone, with the Thatcher, the what was that second one? It was, the Thatcher and the well, was the Valk and the Cade band. I know that much as well. Valk, the Cade. I am actually. Oh, Jackal. Jackal was that other band there. So we have Thatcher, we have Jackal, we have the Cade, and we have the Valk off the board. I mean, well, this is really showing just how to we're gonna have to be banning here. When looking at the playstyles, we're looking at oppressing some aggression with the Jackal and Valkyrie bands. The Jackal is really going to open up some of the roaming that they were all obviously looking to do. And that Valk ban is going to maybe try and just make sure that those aren't as lethal in their roam games.
Yeah, I
Yo, I
entirely
think you're on the
agree.
wrong team,
All of those
Blacko. I
bands
think
are
you're on the
gonna
wrong
fit to
team,
their
Blacko. I
playstyle
think you're on
or
the wrong
how
team, Blacko.
I've seen them play before. Talking about Academy or STK because I haven't seen monkeys play before.
Yeah, of course, with the new kids on the block, as some the kids would say. We're gonna be we're gonna be looking to get into this match, really get to work now.
I am really curious as how Monkey is going to play this due to them starting a little bit later than everyone else because they have 0 points right now. Maybe they can make a comeback here. We'll see.
I mean, just looking at the group stage here, pulling up stats and looking at just what we have here. If I pull up my notes real quick, I do believe actually STK Academy is looking pretty strong inside of this group stage. Yeah, I mean, wow, you gotta really look at these and say they won their last game. I believe it was, yes, 7-3 against Misfit. I mean, what a strong showing of them. And then an 8-7 against Soft Noodle. That one was a bit closer, but Soft Noodle, of course, has been showing up really, really strong throughout all of this.
SDK being a very powerful team, as you said, they have really good plays. They play off of each other extremely good from what I've seen. And of course, they have Schlax, who is just in there at all times, shooting down everyone he sees.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the poll now, the fans are really showing up for SDK and Ultimate. We're actually tied up uh, at 33%, side by side.
And I just put in my vote here. Oh, I put in the wrong vote. Anyways, I would love to see what SDK is going to do here. I would actually like to see how monkeys can adapt to SDK, because they do have a very different playstyle than anyone else I've seen play.
Yeah, I
Where do we?
mean, let's get right back into it though. We're finally going back into our map now, and we're gonna just see how things. Yeah, they are in fact going to have to choose the same ops. I believe, yeah, there's that clash pick that came out from Schlax, and he is going to be picking off of that, of course, to the Echo. I do like I believe the Nomad there will be six picked to a Finka, if I do my memory serves me correct. But no, Blyko is actually going to switch off to Capital. I really like that choice there. I mean, having those fire bolts and the smoke bolts really can contribute to a round and set up a nice execute. I mean, Capital all on his own is an execute in and of himself with those two smokes, the fire, and just making those hard breach charges, the can openers, if you may, to really utilize those and get some control over the site.
Abdel being a very strong operator because Jaeger just doesn't counter him. But we do have STK here with their Y, which will counter him.
They're
Obviously
gonna
gonna
have
put
to
a
be
stop to
careful.
that Capital.
So, just to look here at the setup coming out from ACS, it looks like they're actually going to decide not to even bother with elbow hold there, and instead just go for what looks to be a Shiko and E-box hold. They've opened up those punch holes. They're going to probably play a player by pillar and maybe put some pressure onto that east side. But having a primary defense inside of Freezer and the freezer and laundry is honestly not a bad thing, as it can give you a lot of control early on. Looks like now we're going to be looking at the attackers beginning their descent here. And we're actually going to have Callie on the Zofia pushing down to the side of basement. Now, if my memory serves me correct, I believe that on when we were picking out that there was a Fink in the lineup, but they've decided to swap that out for the Nomad now just to keep the flank watch. Now that's a great idea, especially seeing that Barson is probably going to be looking to take something early. Callie's already inside now. My bad. Callie was not on the Sophia. He was in fact on. That's in fact computers on that.
They're
Just
gonna be
looking
making a
close.
big push in here. And we have seen STK use this exact same setup before. And they've won, I believe, all of their basements except for one, maybe. So it definitely does work most of the time.
Yeah, they're really getting down on time here now. Just looking, they're finally going to get that ace charge off on the wall. As it was mute jam, so they're going to have to put it up really high and use something to try and get it. Oh, Barson really is getting a lot of damage taken onto him. A nade flies out but misses.
Oh,
And only a little bit of damage, only a sliver of HP onto Barson. Hannah is going to be the better one coming off of that engagement. And Callie is just going to be holding an angle, kind of pulling back and trying to set up for these refrags and trying to set up and execute onto the site. But help is quite a bit away. And two drones fly into sight with Hannah, their heels. Here comes the push onto pillar, and STK is aware as there's a player on pillar there, and oh, Slide just goes in but gets taken down by Wally. In goes Hannah, but shut
ooh,
down once again by Walsey. An incredible double from them. Capital darts come flying out. They're gonna have to make an execute happen here. Here comes the Capital. A C4 flies out, but it's shot out. Oh, it keeps firing, but it can't shut it down. Blyko is dead now, killed by that wonderful SMG-11 shot from Seals, and now it's down to Computers and Cali in a 2v5. Gonna push around now. Oh, downed by the SMG-11 and finished by that Nitro Cell. Cali's just gonna hold an angle now, and Barson peeks out. That's a flawless round for SPK Academy.
STK putting in a lot of work on that defense. As you saw, that hold that they did, they just held it and it worked. Flawless round there for STK. It's gonna be their first round. Gonna be forced to go upstairs.
I mean, going to the second floor kid's bedroom is not exactly a bad thing. In fact, the second site is actually usually that basement site. It's one that is it's a good site for defenders, but it's in fact usually liked more by, as a second site, as it is very common for attackers. They usually know how to push that site very well, and they're experienced in how to take it. Let's get back into our game here. Gonna have that top floor clear. Let's look at our picks now. Seals was actually playing the mute as of last time, but they actually swapped that around. Walsey now onto the Malusi. Gonna bring those Banshees, really try to slow down the aggression. And Schlaxen is going to pick up the mute this time around with Seals hitting that Aruni. Aruni's so valuable inside of these rounds, especially making sure that the Aruni gates go down to block off those doors and really provide some throwable denial, as well as Jaeger. And that can really deny a lot of pressure and relieve it from the defenders.
5 seconds remaining.
SEK going for the same hold that we've seen them go for before on this side, except without the clash. It is to be expected because they run the Zofia. That clash is going to be easy to counter having that Zofia on the board. It looks like they're just going to make no effort, or make all the effort to push into Master here.
Yeah, as the master push begins to happen now, Callie is just going to try to get some pressure. He's going to try to throw those ace charges in all the way onto the master wall. And if he can really get those down, he doesn't even have to necessarily walk in, but he does anyways, just to go ahead and try to get down more pressure. The meat jammer is already off the wall, and now they have breach set up. Unfortunate little consequence, however, as there is a little bit of pressure, which means they're gonna have to vault through that hole there in order to get into sight, which makes a lot of noise. Walsey is gonna watch that, and there's a player on the game's repel, meaning there's gonna be a lot of cutoff here as TUM begin to lock down the sites.
Ultimate here making a really good effort, already having that wall open within 20 seconds or so of the round. Able to get those mute jammers off real quick, get the wall open, and I'm just gonna start pressuring games, start pressuring Trophy, and they're just gonna make their push all the way.
In come the air jabs. It's a burn clear now. As the ADSs are cycled though. Those ADSs with their change all the way back in Shadow Legacy are able to refresh on a 10-second cycle, allowing them to catch as many throwables as they want. As long as you keep them stacked up there. A nade flies out into attic, not able to find anyone. Computers catches one off on the rotate, but Barson's all the way downstairs. He gets computers on the flank. And now it's down to Barson in the security hold. He's gonna just watch big window, but Hannah's looking to pinch him out. Do they know where this player is? It appears that Blyko is looking to security. May not know if they actually have the intel, but just in case they have a cutoff, looking to take it out here. There's the Pico and a Freezer stairs, but there's no one to be found. Blyko now looking at those holes in the ceiling. They think they've cleared out all of here, but Barson, he's looking to find someone. Ooh, do they know is the question. He's just gonna stay inside of security. If he peeks out the right way here, Blyko could be a free pick. Walsey goes down and he peeks out Barson. What's happening? Barson gets a nice pick onto Hannah. And Blyko, you've completely missed the cutoff. That's a flank coming out right under your nose. And your team is going to be all the worse for it, as it's down to Blyko in the 1v3, looking for redemption here. Swings out, but can't find the player. Prone on the ground. The rat peeks out. He's going to find a nice round. And that's going to be the second one for STK Academy.
SEK playing that really well. The Jaeger there was able to sneak right under Blyko. I'm not too sure how that happened. He was able to get the ledge on top of the white stairs and just run back into the site, giving SEK a free round there.
Oh,
We are gonna be seeing relatively the same lineup here from STK. A little bit
sorry, viewers at
different.
home had to see that. But, yeah, I mean, look at this setup here. It's slightly different. They're bringing the castle this time around. I mean, they are going to that middle floor site with the cutoff now. They're actually going to be able to cut off a lot of rotations, maybe secure some of their roamers. As STK haven't really played that extension. Of course, it was Barson playing below, but Barson was really the only one off site. When you're playing that way, you're very conservative. You're very inside of the bomb site. Not very extensive. Now you can't do that on a site like Meeting Kitchen. You have to control the top floor, or vertical playing will just annihilate you. Of course, the hatches will be opened, and it's going to provide a lot of control into the sites below. There's no safe spot for them, and now we're going to be able to get into this round and just see all that presence above now. We're gonna have to see how STK, TUM decide to go and take this. Are they just gonna try to hit site, or are they going to have to go for a full clear top down?
DUM gonna be just going for the top floor immediately, it looks like, which is probably their best bet here. As pushing first floor isn't gonna be ideal with them playing above with a shotgun and the hatch is open. They're gonna have the intel and the people pushing master though. They're just gonna hold angles and wait for them to walk in.
In comes the drone. It's looking for a peep, but Barson finds a nice headshot. He's been on fire inside of this game, and he's going to be able to find another one to add to the long list of names that he has just been adding. He takes another dog tag. That's going to be the opening pick for the side of STK. Computers goes down to Zofia, not being able to even use a single piece of her utility. She brings just so very much of into this round. Now we're going to see, looks like... actually, I do like this play out of Lyco. He's actually going to be looking to open up the wall inside of the cafeteria. Playing Ring Around the Rosie here. It's Callie and Walsey, but Walsey's just better. He peeks around and he's going to be able to find Callie. Takes him out. It's all down to the 3v5. I'm sorry, not 1. There's still 3 players up, but doesn't matter much as side just walks in. He's going to be able to walk in through cafeteria. And it looks like they're going to have to go for some kind of take here. The swing around. Not going to be able to find anyone, but there goes 2 nice kills from the side of TUM to equalize. Seals and Walsey going down. Those are the roamers, however. Now they're going to be able to go down for a site take. Is there's still a player above, so they cannot hit the site without potentially losing in a disastrous scenario.
A bomb has been located.
Intel comes out onto the castle. We're going to be really looking here at a last-minute execute. With only 40 seconds left on the clock, they've got a lot to do. And the call here seems to be just a push in the site. They just start going for it, and it works out in their favor. They're going to get a trade out, and here comes the swing. Side gets a nice one, and it's a nice win from Ultimate Monkeys as they're able to get their first round onto the board. It was a close one coming down to the 1v1. Barson versus, I believe that was... actually, it was in fact side curve, I think. Yeah, it was side curve. It was in fact side curve, and a wonderful kill onto him for taking the round on.
It is gonna be Monkey's first round. They're going back to basement here, running the Clash this time around. Gonna utilize that Clash to their ability? Never mind. They're gonna bring the Echo for all the intel and obviously the shield.
Looks like we're
Relatively
really
the
running out.
same lineup here for Monkeys. Besides the Zero, they're bringing the Zero this time instead of the Iona.
Or the Nomad,
Attackers need to
actually, which
locate and defuse bombs.
I understand that Zero is an alternative to Nomad in a lot of ways. With those cams, you can really set up for flank watches. But if no one's holding the cams, I mean, really, what is the point? Especially when Nomad, you don't have to have a person sitting on this drone, so you get another gun up, where you would probably have to have a player watching flank, and instead you can take that gun, you can send it straight to site. With such an ability like that, I mean, you gotta be wondering, what is the plan here from Ultimate Monkeys? They've lost these 2 first bomb sites. If they can go for a 4-2 split, or even maybe a 3-3, that could be very, very beneficial for the long game here.
I entirely agree that Nomad could have came into play, but maybe they're gonna play more off of a dead player with the zero camps. But of course,
Yeah,
we'll just have to wait and see.
they're just gonna one tap one of their players, send them to an early grave, and say, "Hop on cams real quick, buddy." Uh, no, no, but Barson actually gonna be holding the top of the backstairs here. Very aggressive play, but I mean, with the way he's been on fire recently, who can blame him? Landis gets a nice shot onto Hannah. I believe we open up that little stats panel. That is actually Landis's first kill, I think. Inside of this, here comes the drones out as the little chip of damage is gonna be taken on the computers. Looks like, STK has really bunkered in the site now. There's 5 players sitting in the site. Now, I don't know if this is the play necessarily. There's no extension. There's still 2 minutes on the clock. There's a lot of prep that can be done, a lot of time to play with for TUM. They can really take their time out here, find some picks, and take their time nice and slow to really secure the win. They could even find a plant, maybe force some cutoffs, and eventually find a round in a plant. There's the player on pillar, and he goes down. Barson is taken out. Leica's gonna get that one for his troubles, and the LMG is just gonna continue to go burr, but Landis finds a second, and there's the fire back from computers and Cali onto Landis and Walsey. Looking to freezer now. The sidecar is just gonna pop that Finka stem, and really the LMGs are gonna let loose. His side curve gets a nice shot onto Seals.
Wow.
And here comes the Echo in a 1v3. Can he do something here? The LMG is just going to keep firing. He's going to get the Echo cam, but he doesn't have one, it appears. There's a nice little stick there, and can be concussed now. There's a nice pick. That's going to be the opening. Can he make it work now? There is an LMG to his right. If he doesn't know, this could be disastrous for the likes of him.
Oh.
It's down to a 1v1. Cali could make this happen, or Sean could get the ace. Schlaxon, I already said that name. Cali just gonna hold on to breach. There's 14 seconds left on the clock. Schlaxon's gonna need to make something happen. With 10 seconds left, they have 3 seconds to defuse. He's just gonna run back to the site, and it's too late. He can't even stick that anymore. Ah, buddy. He swings out, and he can't even find the kill. Very well played from Cali. There was no knowledge on the position of the player.
A very tense last few seconds of that round. Echo just scrambling to find the last guy. But it is going to be Monkeys to bring it to a 2-2 there.
I'd actually like to comment real quick. I know that Monkeys did win that round, but I actually don't think that would have been as well as they could. Yes, they got the diffuser down. Yes, they were on a nice post plant, but their positioning was not great. They did allow 2 picks to go down before finally being able to clutch it out simply off of positioning. Now, if they had been really smart, they would have backed off. They would have set up some crossfires, which I didn't see a single one. As the Finka and the Zofia were stacked up on top of each other, right next to each other, and the Zero was just holding an angle close on the breach wall there. If the Echo had really decided to, he could have stuck that plant, just waited for the hop in or some kind of rotation, and then really gone for the kill. That was a very close round, and if it had just been played a single different way or some kind of slip out comes out from the side of Monkeys, we could be looking at a very, very different round.
Monkeys did play very aggressive on those angles, especially that Zofia, who just proned in the hallway, and that Finka, who decided to get a little too aggressive and swing that Echo, and as you saw, got picked off.
Exactly. I mean, I don't even think they knew exactly where that Echo was inside of the round, which really allowed the first early pick to be secured, eventually allowing for the second. But a nice quick take coming here as we're 20 seconds in. And they're looking to take breach just as quickly as they did in the second round. There was a loss there, but oh, Walsey goes down to, I believe that was side curve again. Wow, he's been on fire with that LMG there. And just watching him play that OMG has been absolutely lovely. Jern unfortunately getting taken out by the explosion of the ace charge, I believe. And we're now going to be looking at 2 minutes left on the clock in a 4v5. A terrible loss for an early round. I'm going to look maybe at just a hop-in from big window. There's 2 players stacked up there. We got a 2-2 split now. They might be able to hop in and make something happen. Gonna see the Finca stem come out here in just a moment if that does in fact happen. Sidecar is gonna get onto those windows. This is what I want to see now. Look, there's the cross. This is exactly what we're looking for. This is the kind of thing we're looking for when we say execute. You're just going to be able to have 2 players hold some angles, maybe allow for a player to go for a plant, and eventually we're going to be looking at a round, possibly for Monkeys if they continue to play this the way they are. They're going to have to make something happen now. I mean, what's the holdup? You got to say as a team, when you're ready to go, you're ready to go. And you might as well just make it happen because the time is always ticking. And you just sitting there and thinking about it is not going to really stop that timer.
Monkeys are playing this very slow. As you saw, that Finca almost got Landis. I think it was, yeah, it was side curve on that Finca. Almost pick off Landis from that window.
Yeah, I mean, absolute. Oh, here comes the execute. Barson's gonna get it one, but oh no, the kill feed lights up blue. And we're going to be seeing a 2v3, the swing out, but Schlaxon with the SMG-11 swings out, finds a great kill, and it's all down to side curve in a 1v4. He's gotten the kills before. We've seen him do it time and time again, and with that LMG, he's definitely one to do the clutching. But not enough bullets to go around for everyone, as he's just going to continue to pray and spray. Here comes the pre-fires, though, the Finca boost, and Landis swings out and finds a nice headshot onto him.
That's going to be another round for STK, bringing it to a 3-2. Monkeys with that execute almost getting it, but they got a little sloppy. They did get the first pick there, which put them at a bigger advantage, and they got the wall fairly quickly once again. But STK was able just to bunker into sight and then hold those angles and win their gunfights.
I mean, when you're a team like STK, you really know how to win your ones, and I mean that's gonna secure the round at the end of the day. No matter how good your execute is, if you can't win your ones, what's the point?
I entirely agree with that. As you see, STK having really solid players on just a personal
Attackers need to
level
locate and
with their
defuse bombs.
aim and the way that they think through things, or at least it looks like they think through things. It's just on another level than some of the teams that I have seen play. They are going to be pushing towards elbow here with a smoke, changing up their hold a little bit.
Yeah, I like this adaptation here. It's more about the wasting of time now. Uh, possibly even looking here at more of a focus around the bunker area. I'm not sure exactly what the call was. It's primarily there's a lot of freezer and backstairs presence when we see executes come out from the side of
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
Monkeys now.
Attackers bomb diffuser has
Just
been
looking at
spotted.
STK. Gotta admit, it's gonna be a scary sight, but there's the 3 players actually going all the way down to bunker already. They're gonna open up that door and they're gonna begin to be able to take on the opponents inside of this round.
From what I can see here, it looks like Ion is going to be pushing towards that laundry area. Maybe just putting a little bit of pressure. That way they can't just move around freely in laundry. It is going to be side curves, swapping over here with Callie. Put a little bit of pressure on that freezer.
Here comes the push now backstairs. As I mentioned earlier, they really do favor this kind of push now. Hannah's just going to open it up. The flanked runs are getting set. And side curve is all the way on the other side of the map just to begin to set up that freezer push. A split push here could end in disaster for the side of SDK if they don't allocate utility around from that push. Actually, there's Blyko. I do like this play here. He's just putting pressure. He's just making it a little bit of a problem for the side of STK. They really can't forget about the player. Therefore, they can't move the utility around. And it's just going to leave up a lot of potential damage and really allocate a lot of resources away from what's actually the main push. A nice nade comes out from side curve. He's gonna find Schlaxen on that mute there. He's been so prominent throughout this round, but Walsey got a nice pick on the computers, and we're gonna be bringing it down to a 4v4 inside of halfway through the round.
That freezer push really putting some pressure on STK here. And it is going to be Seals to pick up Blyko, I think is how you say it. They're going to just be pushing in freezer with no regards for STK's defense.
Yeah, here comes the Ultimate Monkeys. A nice swing out from side curve. He's going to be able to pick up another one. Callie gets one as well and gets a second for his troubles. A nice shot on a Walsey. He's taken out. It's all down to Barson, the man, the myth, the legend. He gets one for his trouble. He's going to have to look for a second now as side curve swings out. He's going to try to get a pre-fire. Him and Callie are together now. There's going to be a cover onto the planter as side curve swings around. Barson's going to have to look for something here, and now he's in a post plant. Both players are up now. There is a swing. He's got that G36C. If there's any gun to use with this, it's this one. Yep, I know what I said. I said what I meant. There's a nice swing. Barson gets a nice shot on the side curve. Gonna be able to play and just ring around the rosy. Now he swings out and barely misses Callie. We're seeing quite a few clutch attempts, but never really the finish. Nice flick back from Callie there. He's going to secure a 3-3 split for his team.
STK holding that side, but just not enough. And we are going to be seeing the team swap here. STK having really dominant attack as of their previous matches. And for Monkeys, we don't quite know. We're going to be seeing the Maverick pick up here, which I do like. Gonna swap off the sled for the Nomad. The way they can just freely take anything they want and not have to worry too much about their backs. And of course, not having to be as heavy on their drones.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Yeah, the drone flanks is it does have its ups and downs. Of course, having that intel can really secure a lot of kills, and you should always have someone sitting drones, but having two people, one sitting flank drones and one actively droning for your entry fraggers can really mess up the amount of guns that you have at your disposal to really make executes happen. I mean, you gotta secure a kill. This is a gun game. It's a first-person shooter, and the more guns you have, the more likely you are to win a round. Just looking at the lineup here, I mean, STK really knows that. They've brought quite a few guns, if I'm being honest, and very good ones at that, with the likes of Walsey on that Zofia, Landis on the Ash, something we don't see much anymore, and Schlaxen on the Mav. I mean, Maverick, of course, so powerful inside of this map, getting those hatches in an unconventional hard breacher. Gonna be able to open up any wall, no matter what kind of counter that they're bringing, whether it's that bandit there or Cade, which is of course banned within this map.
It looks like STK taking no time to just walk up to that master balcony. Side curve making a little angle here, might be able to get one.
Here comes side curve. He's gonna swing. I'm having technical difficulties.
That's fine. Side curve just gonna be holding down, making sure they can't even push that attic, or sorry, that closet wall, and holding it pretty well as Ash backed off. Maverick easily pushing into attic here. I think he has a just walk through. And Peter's taking a little bit.
Landis, what a shot. He was a little bit cheeky. Of course, he had the intel there to really pinch on a computer, so he's gonna get forced out of armory now. And Schlaxen, buddy, What's that map hole there? I see the one for the nade, but there's just a line across there. And now they're gonna look to make. I'm guessing it's for an actual peek. And now as there's a hole to actually crouch in behind that box, which gives some safety, the nade that can actually come out from that hole and the line of sight. I like this, actually. I do like this map setup. I've never seen it. But I think it could be very, very effective. And here comes the burn, and there goes the nade. A ton of damage done. And Computers is not only blinded, but he's on just a sliver of HP that he might not be able to actually. Oh, but there he goes. Schlaxon gets a lovely shot. Landis and Walsey go down to side curve, however, who gets traded right back out by Seals. Here comes Hannah sitting inside of that attic. Oh, actually not inside of the attic. My bad. Pardon. That's inside of the kids' hall in Cali now. It's actually gonna be able to peek out from behind the bunks. Maybe find some kind of pick here. The breach finally getting opened up, and there's players sitting right next to each other. One inside of attic, one inside of kids. We have to make an execute now with only 20 seconds left. Here comes Seals. He's gonna go for some kind of push here. He's gonna have to go for possibly a plant on the default inside of games. 10 seconds left. Here comes the rush, and here comes the execute. He's going in. He goes down for the plant. It's all down to Seals. 5 seconds left, and there's the nice nitro from below. Wonderfully played from the side of Monkeys.
Monkey's playing that defense really well there. The SDK able to push in, but just not be able to win their gunfights as Cali just one after another, dropping bodies on the floor like he gets paid to. And that's going to be Monkeys bringing it to a 4-3 against STK, who we've seen before just dominate team after team. But it looks like Monkeys could be their stopping point.
Yeah, with a
We're gonna
defense round such as this, I mean, wow, that was a very dominant performance as well, especially from side curve. He did get a double with that shoddy. I guess they challenged the wrong smoke player because he laid those guys out, put them right back into the lobby, and well, now we're going to be looking at a 3-4 for the side of Ultimate Monkeys.
Monkeys
Actually,
here doing a very similar setup to STK.
they're really incorporating that elbow hold a bit more than STK did, though. And if we just want to turn our eyes to the stats here, Bison here is 8-4, and Walsey is 7-5. Now,
5 seconds
uh,
left before insertion.
if I was STK Academy, okay,
Attackers
I
will
would take
locate
Barson
and defuse a
and
bomb.
put him on that entry role. He's been so strong with his gun skill. He's proved to everyone that he knows how to get things done inside of a gunfight. I mean, give him that gun and send him to work. The ARX is good, but maybe not quite what you want to do is putting your current best fragger onto an op that's not quite known for its fragging potential.
While I don't entirely agree with that, I do understand where it is coming from, as Barson having a lot of frag capability with just his pure gun skill.
Ooh, there's a nice trade. Landis getting Computers and Computers getting Landis. What a nice shot coming out from the both of them there, and it's gonna be down to the players inside of sight. As I believe that's almost all of the roamers for the side of Ultimate Monkeys. I mean, they're not living up to their name right now. You gotta have more players off of sight. And yeah, they're just gonna be bunkered down inside of sight. Walsey's gonna put some pressure from garage, but that pillar player is just gonna stay inside of there, really play with their life, and make sure that Zofia isn't going anywhere because there's a smoke waiting for them if they do. Now Mav is finally gonna be getting those hatches open a minute and a half into the round. Gonna try to make some kind of E-box hatch happen here, and potentially a drop. Now, opening up holes, making sure that the cutoff can't happen. There's gonna be no more retake possibility into the side of bunker there. comes a call for the execute. There goes out the nade. Not gonna find anyone though, as the player on pillar is already long gone. He's tucked himself inside of sight. He's sitting behind that single wall panel. And there's Blyko just gonna be able to swing out the single sound, and Side Curve has already fallen off of his elbow position, however, as he's just going to throw down a reinforcement, and now Seals is gonna have to use his exothermic in order to open that up. Do you, however, believe that he hasn't popped it yet? With only 30 seconds left to go, something's gotta happen here. Still a 4v4. There's a lot of bodies left here for an execute. I mean, if this is played right by STK, this could be set up for quite the sight here. There goes the swing. There's a nice shot coming out from the side of Cali. The plant's going down now. Oh, the kills come out. They're fragging down. A nice swing, and Blecker gets 2 of them to secure the round for Ultimate Monkeys.
Monkey is really dominating on that basement defense there. I think they ended up with 3 players left up. And I don't know if you saw Blyko, but he left that exothermic charge on the, or sorry, not Blyko. I
That
think it
was,
was Seals,
yeah, it was
I
Seals,
believe.
actually.
He left that exothermic charge on the wall without using it. I don't know if it's more of a late rotate or a late bait and just run through it or something. Not entirely sure. But it's going to
Uh,
be 3-5. Monkeys
yeah,
taking the lead.
I actually don't think that was the right call, in my opinion. Because opening that wall up gets a lot of cutoff. You put a player on that breach, and now you have cut off all the way into freezer, where there was actually a player. And now those 2 players that just rushed in couldn't do that anymore because of that cutoff. They would have had to deal with the player first there, and therefore set up a lot of potential for refrags to come out.
Yeah, I agree with that. That having that wall open brings a lot of crossfire, as you said. It can see all the way to freezer door. You would have to take that player out first, and they did have 3 players, so one could have held it with one on the holding the defuse, but they just didn't play it as I would have played it, and of course they ended up losing.
Yeah, here comes the Malusi now. I mean, Ultimate Monkeys is really looking to close this one out with possibly a 7-3 if they play their cards correctly. They're being forced to their offsite now, however. And with the dominating performance they've had throughout the maps there, I mean, it looks like we're going to have quite a good chance at seeing possibly STK being sent to losing their first few games, I actually believe. I'm not sure if we could actually pull up the statistics there. Has STK Academy lost a game?
I don't believe so, but let me go ahead and double check
Yeah,
just
that
to
would be
be
no fun.
100% sure.
Big shout out to Beans here. He's our wonderful color caster for the night. He's got all the analytics for all of you guys to make sure that you're up to date on the latest of SFU. Wow, the double air jab coming out from Barson there.
Device ready.
Yes, okay. So now that we do have the stats, Beans, you'd like to share with the chat here.
STK has actually not lost any game, but they have had 1 game going OT.
Yeah, that was the one against Soft Noodles, I believe, as they were able to take that one all the way to the 15th round at 8-7. Very tight one, but at the end of the day, they did pull off a win. So Ultimate Monkeys here, definitely making them have a run for their money. And if this is the STK we know, it's time for them to start fighting back.
I would not doubt if we saw another 8-7 game here, the 8 being to either team, as these both being very talented teams.
No, STK, this right here, this is a push. This is a devastatingly harsh push. Here comes the Schlag shutting down side curve. That's Cali and Side Curve down. Those are the top 2 fraggers on the side of Ultimate Monkeys. They're in a post plant. They got players all the way outside. A nice run out from Blyco, though. Takes out Landis, and Barson's going to fight back with computers. Blyco getting air jab now. Finds a kill anyways, and it's all down to him in a 1v3. But STK are able to take the win.
STK getting their 4th round in this game. Gonna stop Monkey's momentum there.
Yeah, I mean, picking up momentum is the last thing you want to let a team like Monkeys do, because a very ego-fed team is like when they're feeling good, they play good. When they're feeling bad, they play bad. But you know, and that's the case with not just Monkeys, of course. That's a very common thing with throughout Siege. I don't blame that at all. I do the same thing inside of my ranked games all the time. I shouldn't, but you know what? I do it. That's why I'm tossing Beans Elo. But computers is going to have T-Bird here. We haven't seen this within. They actually 6-pick off of the Alibi, which I do think is a better pick, because while Alibi does give a lot of great info, T-Bird is going to be able to give back some health when they are taking damage on those early engagements, which they have been taking a lot of those early engagements throughout the day.
What I'm thinking here is Monkeys are gonna live up to their name in this round, especially with that T-Bird up, and just play super aggressive. They're just gonna completely counter SDK's push, and they're just gonna just threaten them with everything that they have, and then maybe ultimately take a round.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately they do have to just get aggressive. It's all or nothing at this point for both sides. I mean, being able to shut down any aggression, whether it be from the side of STK or Monkeys, is going to be huge. And speaking of aggression, there's the pings on a player who's trying to do a spawn kill. And, but it's going to be forced off the position. The frag actually going to be secured onto the side, and they actually still don't know whether that player's inside that. Well, it's just going to go and clear that out. Here's Farson. He's going to swing in top of T2. He's going to set up those nomads for the flank.
Airdrop planted.
Yeah, Barson here just doing what a Nomad does best, setting up those air jabs. And it looks like Side Curve is going to be bandit tricking, which isn't going to matter here because they have flags on that Maverick.
It's just going to put one down, and he's actually going to run away. And actually, for the side curve here, I actually think he's running the shotgun.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think I noticed that earlier. Yep,
Yeah.
there it is. He's running the shotgun, and you know, we don't get to see this often, but honestly, I can't say that I hate this choice, because that shotgun can be so powerful inside of any game. You only don't see it because of the prevalence of the MP7, which of course is such a strong gun. It's almost dominating throughout the entirety of well, Siege. I mean, if you've ever played this game, you know the MP7 is almost one of everybody's favorite guns. Now, speaking of guns, we've got Seals is gunning his way straight into sight. He's opening up the breach, and he's just going to be able to hop on a drone and secure some things. Here comes the burn out in attic. And they're going to try to clear out the attic player. Now a nice nade comes out, but no damage being done. They're the pings. They know where this player is. And now flashing him. Oh, he swings out. He's prone on the ground. That's the guy with the shotgun. You don't want to swing him. Cali is going to be taken out early, but Side Curve is sitting there. He's just laying in wait for the shot with the shotgun. Here it comes around, but oh, Walls is just better. Oh, they trade out, actually. Side Curve is going to be able to use that shotgun to go ahead and secure that, but oh, Hannah fires back, gets a nice double. Diffuser goes down, though, and just damage being dealt out. Seals is actually going to run all the way around and try to go for some kind of post-plant. He's on the side of the breach now, and going to be in a 1v2 situation. Hannah's going to have to go for something here. Swings around, picks up a little bit of heals from the T-Bird station. Gonna swing around, finds the Finka, gets the kill. Nice flick. Swings around, gonna look for the thermite, but all the way outside of breach. Gonna have to run back. There's the diffuser. You're gonna have to stick it, Hannah, but
He
there's
doesn't
not
have
much
time.
time. You don't have time anymore. You're just gonna be taken out by Seals, and STK gives another round to equalize. 5-5.
We are seeing these teams tie up a lot here, making it just that much more tense round by round. Both extremely talented teams and gunfights, and just overall how they play. And I mean, I don't know who's gonna win this, but it's close.
You know what? Side curve got a kill with the shotgun. So that's all I want to say. He got a kill with a shotgun that no one ever sees inside of competitive. So I'm sure that's going to go in the history books. This one's so close. Even the observer is about to form a terrible habit of chewing his fingers off. DRP, don't do that, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna end up infecting those fingers. So now we're looking at the top floor. What are you gonna say, Bean?
I think Blyco might be running the shotgun. I didn't see
Please.
it, but
He's
I
just
think
walking
he
around with this
might.
now. Please be running the shotgun, Blyco. Is Monkey's just like a really big fan of this shotgun or something?
I'm not too sure, but I don't hate it. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't
I like
hate
the
it either.
diversity.
I mean, you never see that come out. You don't see a bandit much, to be honest. And speaking of never seeing something, here's the Mira. And actually, I don't know about this. I mean, they've been running Maverick every single time. Schlax is still on the Maverick. They're going to be able to open up Attic, and then they're going to have control of that Mira. Oh, I like this play. But this time, they actually, instead of just going for utility denial into that wall, they're going to actually put players inside of T3 and bottom of Green Hall. This time, they're going to be able to cut off those and actually confront the players who are trying to put pressure onto that attic wall. I'm gonna read into this, however, and as the players go for their attic take, and they're gonna have to go drone out the sections of the map that usually they see as free area. Blyco has the MP7. Blyco does have the MP7.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, we can't have everything. No, there's the... Oh, computers actually gets him! They don't know he's downed either.
Looks like he might be
Flash is
picked
coming
off here.
out. Yeah, there it is. Barson gets a nice... finishes off that kill that was originally picked up by Schlax. But if you look at who just died, that is... that's Schlax. That's the Maverick.
Oh.
Going down, that is massive. Computers doesn't even know how much he gets. He may be 4 and 11, but he gets the kills that matter, because that's the Maverick down inside of the round, and I'm not gonna be able to open up any of that wall, much less try and clear the mirror out.
Yeah, I mean, that's grenades and their attic wall just gone.
Yeah, I mean, with only one hard breacher left to really try and deal with this setup from any kind of hard breach, we're just gonna see the players rotate around. But Blyco actually is going to be looking to try and catch them off on the flank now. But he's just gonna rotate right back up to White Stairs, and he's gonna fall back to sight. You know what? Understandable. Blyco, you already delayed all the time you need, but ooh, side curve goes down. Can he be secured, or will he be picked up by his teammates? They're actually going to get him right back up, and he's just going to use a Thunderbird to stem himself right back to full health, be nice and healthy. Gonna take a little medicine. We do better. And now we're seeing Barson push up the side of White Stairs. Oh, there's that Mira we've been talking about so much. Oh, but Blyco goes down to a frag grenade, tossed out. Callie goes down by Seals. And now we're going to be seeing the execute come out as they finally dealt with the Mira. Comes Barson, he's holding on to White Stairs, and Seals is going for that same plant. He went for his last time. It's down to 1. He's going to get it all the way down. A nice swing out, but Seal secures that round. Incredible fight back after almost a devastating loss from STK.
Yeah, they got that momentum, and they've just taken off from it. Of course, having a very close rounds here and there, but still keeping it up with monkeys here. And we are going to be at match point.
Actually, this has been so back and forth. It must be the caster's curse or something, correct? I mean, after talking about how Ultimate Monkeys was really giving STK a run for their money, STK has just started to absolutely stomp the side of Ultimate Monkeys and securing 3 rounds straight to get themselves all the way to match point. We might be looking down the barrel of Ultimate Monkeys' first game and first defeat.
Judging off of my
Attackers need to
notes
locate and
here,
defuse
it
as
looks
many
like
bombs as they can.
each team has gotten a 3-round momentum and then been put to a stop on both sides. Oh, Blanco
Exactly.
actually picking up the clash.
Oh, they're actually gonna stick the clash. Somebody's actually gonna stick the clash this time. Is Blyko? I mean, from the side of Ultimate Monkeys, and actually, it might appear that he might be AFK at the moment. So, whether it be for the better or the worse, we are gonna see Blyko on the
10
side
seconds remaining.
of Ultimate Monkeys with that clash. Gonna have to put it to work here.
5
As
seconds left before
there's quite a bit to do with a clash. If you play it correctly, it
Attackers are
can be
moving out to locate a
incredibly
bomb and
valuable.
defuse
But
it.
if you play it wrong, it's just another gun down, and you're ending up with less manpower on the side. Your team.
He is one of the few shield operators that has an automatic sidearm.
I
Unless
think.
you want to count Osa, who has a primary that's an auto.
No. Osa doesn't count. Osa does not count.
Okay.
I can't agree with that. I mean, Osa is definitely a great shield op in that regard, but you can't. I mean, I guess. I suppose.
Depends.
It depends. Not quite the same protection.
Yeah, definitely, since she has pretty much a half
I'm
shield.
not done with you.
Deployable shield.
CCE.
Yeah. Here comes Blake actually playing aggressive on this these stairs here, forcing Schlack. Schlack doesn't know what to do here. I don't think he's ever seen a clash before in his competitive life. So he's not going to be sure what to do, and he's just going to go get the hatches as a good Maverick does. Now they're going
Nice
to be able to
gonna
actually put pressure on a pillar through that hatch. Maybe be able to clear out this clash here, but if they play it correctly, we could be looking at a devastating execute coming out from STK. Ultimate Monkeys, I think this is their Hail Mary, as they're now looking to find some kind of fight back against the onslaught of STK.
STK just has to win one round, and it could all be theirs. A flawless team with 0 losses.
Bomb located
That
by
But they
that would
just have to
actually
make it
put them
work.
ahead of that would actually put them ahead of the STK main team.
That'll put them ahead of everyone.
Yeah, it's I believe actually STK main team lost 7-0 to Athena, but speaking of losing, Barson is going to be able to take out Blyko, who loses out to him. And now, inside of this round, sitting right next to each other, shoulder to shoulder, to an operator, an offensive, and defender. Lane is going to pick himself right back up, but a nice nade comes out. Computers fires back on the Wallsy now, and the Yings start to come out. This is not something we see so often. We didn't even begin to even note that Ying there. And a plant is going down onto Schlax, but oh no, the fire back from Ultimate Monkeys. We're looking 10 seconds left. They're going to have to make something happen now, and there's a nice swing. Can he do
What?
something? 3 seconds left, and he's just going to sit
Operators, you have
there.
run out of time.
Defenders win. We're going all the way to OT, my friend. They take round 12.
What a round from old monkeys there, it was down to Callie and uh, someone, and they were able just
Yeah, it
to.
was Callie and Landis, I believe. Might have been
It
Seals.
was
Might have been
it was
Seals.
just 2v4 that turned into a 1v1 with no time left, and that's
It
gonna be
was
our
in
overtime.
fact Seals. It was Seals.
Oh, okay.
Either way, amazing attempt at the clutch from Seals. Wasn't quite able to find the last player, but who knows if they would have been able to even win that gunfight. Callie's been on fire throughout this
Defenders,
game,
protect
and
your bombs from being
you
defused
know
by
he's
attackers.
gonna be able to keep his team inside of this a little bit longer. And we're gonna go all the way outside of regulation to at least secure a point for Ultimate Monkeys.
That is true. Either team does still get at least 1 point. It's just gonna be which team gets 2 points.
I mean, if you're on the side of STK, you obviously the stakes are a little bit higher as they don't lose their undefeated streak.
10 seconds remaining.
And Ultimate Monkeys, they want to prove themselves as
5 seconds
someone to
insertion.
really be watched out for inside of this tournament and
Attackers are moving
inside
out to
going into
locate a
these
bomb and defuse it.
playoffs. The newcomers, they're the underdogs, and they're here to prove that they can win this, and they're not to be counted out.
To add on to Monkeys, they did play in the event. It was the most recent one for week 3. I don't remember what it was, but I do know that it was Monkeys that participated, so this is their second one. Oh, I think it was the hide and seek one for Monkeys. Anyways, it is gonna be Monkeys bringing, or Blyco bringing the Clash again.
Yeah, there's Leica with that flash again. I guess it was a purposeful pick, as they're gonna bring it back this time around. And already a minute into the round, and I was gonna start opening those hatches now. Bunker inside of sight, not much roam pressure to be seen. Just gonna be looking for some kind of setup coming out from inside of STK.
Looks like that Clash is still gonna be aggressive there, even with that Maverick right on him, essentially.
Just gonna peek out a little bit
Ooh.
and slide curve finds an amazing shot on the walls. He's just gonna fall. Go ahead and reinforce that. There's Blyco. He's just gonna zap away, and an amazing shot from Computers on the Barson. Nade comes out, puts Blyco into half HP, but it doesn't matter. The shield saves his life. Gonna persist inside of this round.
They do have that Thunderbird, so he could just fall back and refuel up, and that's what he did.
Exactly. He's backing up there. He's just gonna kind of feed intel onto his teammates and allow for some cutoffs to happen and wall banks and just an overall well-coordinated defense from Ultimate Monkeys is happening right now, but the real question is, can STK find some way to fight? They do have the diffuser. Schlaxen, Landis, and Seals have been so incredible. I mean, the entire side of STK has. But with only 30 seconds left, they gotta make something happen now. Landis gets a nice pick and sides goes down. The kill feed lights up blue. Landis gets 2, and he's gonna have to go for a plant now. Diffuser's starting to go down now, and Seals gets another. Computers. It's down to him in a 1v3 in the post plant now. Can't believe they brought this back, but Computers wants to fight again. Swing around and find one. He's just gonna fuel up on those Thunderbirds and try to take another fight. But they're spread out now, and STK gotta find something here. There's the pick though into Sealed. He's prone on the ground. He may be a rat, but he gets the round anyways. What an amazing kill from Seals. Very well played from the entire team of STK.
Yeah, as they brought that from 3v5 straight down to that 3v1 with Computers just not able to find anyone. But I mean, I can't blame them. That's a lot of stress right there, especially with it being overtime.
You know what? I think no matter what, at the end of the day, no matter how this ends out for Monkeys, you gotta say for their first game, doing pretty well against a team like STK. I mean, it was definitely no small, slim pickings for a team like STK. They've been so strong, and to put
Defenders
up a
protect the
fight
bombs
against them
from
when
being
just
defused by
entering this
attackers.
tournament, it's definitely something to say. We're here to stay. We're here to play. Watch out. Here we come.
I thought to keep the rhyme going there, but you know what? You try. Anyways, that as you said, Monkeys on their first actual league match for some points, they are doing really good with STK being the team that they are, because they are undefeated.
10 seconds to
And for
insertion.
Monkeys just to join in and bring it 7-6, only one
5 seconds
other
to
team has
insertion.
been able to do this before.
Attackers' objective is
Yeah,
to
I mean,
locate a
and
bomb
that
and
was
defuse
Soft
it.
Noodles, which, as we all know, is one of the strongest teams inside of this league. They've been absolutely incredible looking throughout all of this, and now we're going to be seeing the overtime match point. STK is going to be on defense on that top floor. Now, this could be the end for the Ultimate Monkeys. Really down whether or not they can make the execute happen as quickly and without as much life lost as possible. Seals playing down in security, looking for the cutoff on the big window. Just gonna run away all the way down to shower hall, and there's no cutoff from computers to find that player rotating back. Now, side curve on the rappel there is gonna try to find some kind of pick onto a cutoff in rotation.
The SDK, or sorry, Monkeys, able to take it a little bit slower here while still having that wall open and having a lot of momentum here, or a lot of movement here, just to be able to move around and put a little bit of pressure here on SDK.
Changing mags!
Side
Yeah,
curve.
looking side curve out. So, well, what can we say about side curve? He's been so incredible throughout this game, and what
Wow.
was that side curve? No way. He just got an incredibly lucky headshot onto. I think that was Walsey actually. Been an incredible player for SGK. And Landis goes back. He actually takes out Blyco now, and
Attackers recovered the
gonna do
diffuser.
absolutely incredible. Hannah now is walking in, gonna have to maybe open up some rotates and try to find some cutoffs on the players, but in a 4v3, oh, Barson gets an amazing shot onto Hannah. Things are starting to look like they may be coming to a close. The Cinderella story coming down to the end here. Oh, side curve is down from the side of Seals. And Cal is just gonna look to try and make something happen in a 1v2 here. This isn't over yet. Callie's been so influential. He's 10-9 right now. He's gonna have to go up against the top two fraggers from SDK, Seals and Barson. He's gonna find Barson for free though, as he's looking the wrong way. He's gonna
15
swing
seconds
around. Does he know where this last player is? Swings around. Seals
Oh,
finds the kill. That's a great game out of STK. Brought it so close, but finally shut down by the side of STK. Very well played.
and I think I saw an easy go out there from, I think, STK, so apparently they weren't too happy that they went into overtime. Regardless, though, STK able to close out with big numbers on the board for both sides.
Of course, we do actually condone good sportsmanship, and everyone here is a good friend of each other's. In fact, if you'll recall, we actually play with all the players. All the players tend to play together in their ranked games. I think that's a fun thing to actually add in, and we'll be getting to our interviews here in a second, as we're gonna find someone to interview. And but in the meantime, let's talk about like everyone in this league is very close. Actually, they all play together. In fact, just today I played with Arendelle from anime, and just the other day I was playing with Sayonara and Joxy from Spades. So yeah, I mean, it's a very tight knit community, and all these players are really good friends. And outside of the lobby,
Yeah, I mean, I talked to a lot of the SFU players. I talked to some of the anime guys. Uh, Not really too much. I don't talk too much to Spades. I had a
your
little bit
night
of
shift.
communication there with Midas from Misfits, but everyone does tend to talk to each other.
Yeah, it's really fun. And actually, oh, we're gonna have the man, the myth, the legend himself. It's Barson. How you doing, man? How are you doing today?
Dude, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing really well. Wow, you sound exactly like an old teammate of mine. But anyways,
Who
uh,
does?
yeah, he does. He sounds like Aries, doesn't he?
He really does.
Anyways, enough about that. We'll talk about that later. But an amazing game today. You guys winning 8-6 in that OT against Ultimate Monkeys. How are you guys feeling?
Um, you know, I honestly think we feel good. We had a couple of rough defenses. We should have won maybe one or two more. Came off on a stronger half, but we really pulled it together on attack, and that's where I'm really proud of us.
I mean, you guys were so dominant throughout that, and you really, I mean, you have to commend Ultimate Monkeys. This is their first game inside the league. What do you have to say to the players on Ultimate Monkeys?
GG's, they did a really good job, and they really gave us a run for a minute there. So props to them.
Absolutely. I mean,
Orson, I have to
it's
input something.
Yeah,
You are still an undefeated team here.
we are. That's pretty
Yeah, I
exciting.
mean, that's
even
something
even the
impressive.
main team has lost out to Athena at this point, so you guys are the only ones left in the running who's completely undefeated. How
Awesome.
does that feel?
It feels great. It shows that the work we're putting in on the side is really showing on the game. So
Absolutely. I mean, here's a hot take question. When it comes down to a game and you're put head to head against the STK main team, uh, what do you think the outcome is?
that's funny because I'm new here, so I've never played and I've never seen them play. So
Oh,
honestly, if we're playing like how we are and continuing to grow and get better, I think we have a good shot for sure.
for you being
Absolutely.
new to the team or just in general, you did exceptional for your performance was really exceptional there.
Oh yeah,
You
absolutely. I mean,
you really brought the
I
team
gotta say, I
together.
mean, what a pickup for the SDK. You guys are really picking up your players well. But moving on, I'd like to actually talk a little bit about like the mentals. What were the comms like inside of STK?
They started great. We had two perfect defenses, shut them completely down. We lost our first defense on a round. We all argued that we could have won just due to how we were positioned. So we got a little shook, but we were fine. We reset our mentals. We went into the next round knowing, hey, we got a stronger bomb site. Let's do better. Then, a couple unfortunate rounds, we go to attacker half again, another reset. We kept our vision focused on what we need to do next. And it really showed because even on attack, we started on the wrong foot and we were able to turn it around by the back half of the game.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that just shows the professionalism of a team such as STK, really being able to control that mental. Thank you so much, man, for coming by. That's really all I have for you, Beans. Is that all?
That's all I have to add.
And thank you so much, Barson. We're actually gonna have another interview here with from the side of Ultimate Monkeys. And thank you so much for stopping by, man. And good luck in your future games.
Appreciate it, guys. You guys have a great night. I'll see you.
Have a
See
great
ya, man.
night.
That was a good guy right there.
Yeah, that's a great guy. We love Barson. And I can't wait to see who we're interviewing next from the side of Monkeys.
Even
I
though he
mean,
sounds like Aries.
he sounds exactly like Aries. If for those of you that don't know, we actually started off with right before the start of the season, we had another player who moved to the Horizon Valorant team named Ares, and he sounds exactly like Parston.
It's disturbing.
It is disturbing. But anyways, speaking of disturbing, Aiko, how are you doing?
Doing wonderful. How are you guys doing?
We're doing absolutely wonderful, man. What an incredible game to cast. What an incredible game to watch. How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling quite good considering we actually played really well against that team, and knowing nothing about them at all. Bringing to OT. I feel like we played really well. And
Yeah,
honestly, yeah,
actually,
I feel like the game went
I
well.
actually wanted to point this out for you if you didn't know, because I'm assuming you didn't. Um, the team that you just went against is STK Academy, and they are undefeated throughout this league at the moment. So you guys made them have a run for their money. You were the second team to bring them to overtime.
I'm actually super impressed. I didn't know that. That's
Oh yeah, we
super
were too.
surprising.
For
we
your
were
first
impressed.
for your first actual non-event game, y'all did exceptional.
Yep.
A lot of
Uh,
teamwork from what I could see just from above. Seemed
Yeah.
like had really solid comms there, just the way y'all
There
played.
there were some times where there was a lot of communication, but I feel like yeah, our team played really well with communications and all that.
I'm assuming this is a newer team, correct?
Team's actually been here for a while. It's just this is like our first couple of times going into a into league into leagues.
Okay.
We're starting to like branch
Understood.
out.
So this is like your first time branching into the competitive side.
A little bit. We actually have. I'm pretty sure another league that we played before. It didn't go entirely too well, but we're starting to play into more leagues, into more scrims. Learning to play how to play off of each other, how to play just overall better.
Well, with the performance you just put up against STK, I mean, it really shows that you're here to stay, and you guys are gonna play all the way to playoffs. I
Yeah.
tried to keep the rhyme going this time, Beans.
Yep, here to stay, here to play.
We're here to make a name for ourselves.
SDK. Yeah,
Yeah, it sounded
working
like that. I don't
together.
know.
It was great. I should have gone Aiko or something. I couldn't make it work. Anyways, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Let's talk about the mental for a second, though. What was it like inside the comms of Ultimate Monkeys?
Aside the communication, it was very. I want to say, in my own opinion, it was probably very loud because I have my headphones up really loud. But overall, I think it was very clear, very yeah, just very clear overall. Just not many miscommunications. Everything was just clear. You could understand things, and yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you
I
you know
mean,
you
it
can't
was
ask
really
for more.
good. Fun game to cast, fun game to watch.
I had fun playing it. I actually look forward to playing STK in the future.
Absolutely. I
Definitely
mean,
be a possibility.
um, I think that's all we have for you, man. Beans, do you have anything?
No, I'm good.
Well, you know what? I think that's about gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for showing up, man, and you had a great game. You guys did really well, and I can't wait to see more come out from you in the future.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Anytime. Blyco, everyone, from the side of Ultimate Monkeys. They did amazing today. Make sure to go show them some love. Anything you want to shout out, man, before we end up here?
Um, Aiden's Twitch and YouTube channel, which is computers.
All right. Well, make sure to go check out Computers on Twitch and YouTube, and we're gonna have to write.
Have fun,
We're gonna
boys.
Here we
All
go.
Have
right, good
fun.
luck on your next games, Blyco,
Thank you.
and you have a good day or good
Bye.
night. It looks
Okay.
like
Looks like
we're gonna have another interview.
uh
Yo,
What's
Sub
up, computers?
computers, loving the energy so far. So
Yeah,
we've heard that we have 18 seconds with you.
yeah. So basically, I want to explain myself why I went 7-14. Alright. Turns out, I realized like halfway through the scrim. Turns out I was playing Siege on the wrong monitor. Like, so I got 4 screens. I was playing on the wrong screen. So that kind of that messed up my game sense. And like I peaked diamond, so like I have the game sense of like a winner. But
Uh-huh.
that really messed me up. And I also realized that my mouse was like not on for a couple rounds.
Alright,
So
that's
The 18 seconds there. It's actually
I'm gonna explain it.
so
So
the explanation there in total is actually that computers did not have his mouse plugged in. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm happy. This is my co-caster Beans, and our lovely observer today was DRP from the side of SFU. We are SFU League. Make sure to come stop by for our next games. We're gonna have Red Phoenix versus, I believe it's Saw Nut Goblins. That will be happening later today. Make sure
which
to
will not be streamed.
scores. Yeah, it will not be streamed today, but make sure to check in on the scores later. Go check out the Discord and all the links in the description. And have a great day, guys.